Hey, welcome back, everyone. It's me, Mr. Four Caps Killer. Today is Thursday, September 5th, 2024. 2024. Um, Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. I've been keeping my eye on this game, and people have been asking me about it. Am I going to play this? Am I going to play the Gold Edition Early Access? Um, well, that's why I'm making this video. Because it's really it's something that looking at the reviews and looking at some of the early gameplay from other people who have played it, I'm kind of split on this game. I'm not like 100% on this one, and that's what I want to talk about. So before I jump into this video, might be a little bit long. Just before I jump into how I feel about this game and whether or not I should purchase it or play it. Let me first tell you what this game it's about. So before you guys jump into this game, before you get the early access gold edition, right? The game it's available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Steam. If you purchase the gold edition, which is $90, you get to play it right now. Right now. Okay, so what kind of game this is? This is a MMO, massively multiplayer online driving game. Okay, so right there, to me, that's a red flag. All right, it's a MMO game. It's a online only game. So what does this mean? It means that you have to be constantly connected to their server. And if their server goes down, or if they choose to close down the server, if the game is not doing too well, then that's it. You can kiss goodbye that $90. Anyway, however, I have watched some people play it, and they say, yes, we understand it's online only, and unfortunately, it is what it is. But the people who played it, they say that the handling of the game, it's not that bad. There's plenty of stuff to do in the game, plenty of races in the game to race, to play. So there's different clans you can belong to. You can belong to either Sharps. Sharps are considered themselves elite class, super rich, wealthy elite class. They love sophisticated, classy, luxury stuff, BMWs, Porsches, Lamborghinis, high rollers. Basically, these are the high rollers. So you got the high rollers, and this is Hong Kong. So we're in Hong Kong. We're not in LA. We're not in New York. We're not like in London, right? We are in Hong Kong. And Hong Kong is a pretty big city, okay? So here, this is where you race in Hong Kong. So yeah, there's two different factions, right? You got the elite clan, and then you got the streets. So you got the Sharps and the streets. The streets are more like middle class, right? Nissan, Honda, Toyota, things like that. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of interesting, and to see you choose which clan do you want to belong to, and then rise to the ranks and take on different races and move up to the ranks. So it definitely has an interesting concept. So what I'm trying to say, yes, it's online only, totally understand, but there seems to be an interesting concept here that's intriguing, and I think why some people seem to like it because of that interesting concept that's in there. And I agree on that. It clearly has an interesting and intriguing concept here. That TK Racing has implemented. It's developed by TK Racing, and it's published by Nacon, right? The same publisher did RoboCop. So you can also have a life of a luxury, whether you're street or sharp clan. You share the same passion for luxury. You just express this passion in a different ways: car, clothes, rewards, the place you frequent. It's clear that money is not your sole motivation. However, the reputation you build among the Solar Crown invitees will be your best assets, and I kind of like that. So whether you are the Streets clan or whether you are the Sharps clan, you can still kind of move up the chain and rise up to the ranks and enjoy the same luxury of life, which is kind of cool. So this is the Streets. The Streets are a little bit different, obviously. The Streets are more of like I said, middle class, where you hang out at the nightclubs. And I'll personally, if I play this, I'll choose the Streets because I want to be out in the night. But see, I like this. So this gives the game a replay value, right? Where you can try out different clans. Okay. Maybe if you get tired of the Streets, maybe you can start the game again and start with a different save and start as a sharp, right? The elite luxury and then continue that. I don't know how that works with the online only, so I'm not so sure because I don't have the game with me yet. But I like the fact that you have those two options. So this gives the game a replay value. And don't forget, it's from what I understand, a cross-platform. So it doesn't matter if I'm on a PC or if you're on the PlayStation or Xbox, you should be able to join me, and like my friends should be able to race against me. So the game definitely has an interesting concept. I heard that some people complain about the graphics on a console, that graphics are not up to par with today's standards. But remember, guys, it's not all about the graphics. This is something I like to emphasize. Well, you saw me play and stream yesterday for 12 hours, and you saw the graphics and the way they were back then. But they were fun. It's not all about the realism and graphics. It's about, hey, are you having a good time with the game? I think that's the important factor here. Are you having a good time with the game? Are you having fun? People forget that. I'm not that crazy about the graphics and photorealism. I know it's coming, and Grand Theft Auto 6 will bring us that. But it's not all about that. It's about, in my opinion, are you having there was a live streamer yesterday. I was watching him. His name is Kingdom 12, I think. Pretty cool guy. He was live streaming this. And even he says, man, yeah, I get it. The graphics are what they are, but the game has a lot to offer. There seems to be a lot to do in this game. The way you handle the cars is pretty cool. Like, the gameplay is pretty cool. Sure, there's issues with the servers, but the game, it's still in early access. So what do you expect? Sure, there's going to be some issues. They have to do some maintenance here and there. But he said, yeah, sure. Graphics are not the greatest, but it's not all about the graphics. Like he said, it's about, hey, am I having a good time playing this game? And and I agree. As long as you're having a good time with the game, that's all that matters. All right, so let's jump into the most important part, and this is the part that I wanted to talk to you about. Now that you understand what this game it's all about. And I said this video is going to be long for that reason. Online only. You guys know how I feel about the games that are online only. And I've spoken openly about this. I spoken highly about this and openly. especially when you look and see what happened to Concord. I mean, if Concord is not a lesson learned, then I don't know what will wake you up to learn the lesson. Okay, let me say that one more time. If the Concord did not wake you up, and if you did not learn the lesson from Concord, then I don't know what will wake you up. I don't know which which game will wake you up for you to learn the lesson. Okay? So what have we learned from Concord? One very important factor here. It's hard to justify, for me personally, to pay for a game that's online only. That's a tough pill to swallow for me. For various numbers of reasons. One is, well, they're asking you to pay $90 for a game that's online only. And it requires you to be online. It requires you to be on their servers. And you have to pay $90. That is if you want to play the game early. If you don't want to play the game early, that's fine. You can wait till the 12th of September next week, and you can pay $70. But even paying $70 for this, it's like, hold on a second. You asking me to pay $70 for something that's required to be on a server, online only. That's a tough pill to swallow, and I think it's important for us to send a message to developers that we're not okay with this. Multiplayer should be optional. A game like this, in my opinion, should be single player experience. Multiplayer, it's an optional thing. Hey, if you want to have other people join you, that should be an option where you can just turn on multiplayer on and people can join you. But I don't think this game should be only dependent on the server. And I'm afraid this is where the gaming industry is going. And I don't like it, to be honest with you. Look, Need for Speed is another great example. Like, do you guys remember Need for Speed Online? EA, how did that work out? Well, I'll just give you one example. Need for Speed Online. How did that work out? It didn't work out quite well, did it? Any game that requires you to be online only, in my opinion, it should be free to play. And then they should have microtransactions, the battle pass and all that stuff, right? They can make their money through season passes, DLCs, microtransactions, battle passes, right? Like PUBG and Fortnite. Any game that requires you to be online only should be free to play. I mean, this is not even out for the debate. I mean, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. To me, this is not even out for the debate. This shouldn't even be a debate, especially when you see what has happened with Concord. I mean, just recently, Concord, when it was released? August 26th? August 26th, and look at it. That's it. It's done. Short-lived. Not even 7 days. Barely 7 days. Short-lived. Rest in peace. They pulled the plug on the game. And they issued the refunds to everybody who wants it. I mean, of course you want it, yeah. So it's a tough pill to swallow, man. And I hope that the developers understand this. This is a tough pill to swallow for us. You can't expect people to jump on this game, and you can't expect to have a huge numbers on the Steam or huge numbers on the PlayStation or Xbox with this one when they have to pay. And they have to pay a top dollar to play something that requires to be on a server, and on top of it requires to be on a server. You're also charging them for the microtransactions on top of that. So TK Racing and Nacon, I mean, really, think about this. You asking people to pay top dollar to play this early. And it's an online-only game. And then on top of that, you asking them for microtransactions and DLCs and season passes to pay on top of that. It seems to me like some kind of a easy, quick cash money grab type of a scenario here. So, as you all know, that's the only negative I have right now about this. And you know how I feel about that. You don't need me to spell it out for you. You know that I'm not a fan of online-only games. So that's the only negative to me personally. That's where I I draw the line and say, I don't know, man. I can't. Now, if I can find this dirt cheap on CD Keys or somewhere else, super dirt cheap for like $30 or $40, okay, that's a less painful pill to swallow, right? For $30, it's like a less painful pill to swallow, right? If you can find it for like $30, $30 or 30 quids, depending where you live, or 30 euros, or here in America, 30 US dollars, or US Canadians dollars. If you can find it for $30, yeah, for $30, that's a less painful pill to swallow. A less painful pill to swallow. Paying 90, I might choke myself with that pill. I won't be even able to swallow that pill, dude. That's a tough pill to swallow, especially you knowing that this is online only. And there's going to be maintenance on the servers. There's going to be issues on the servers. You might get kicked out of the server. Let's say you're racing and you're about to finish the race to complete your achievement. And in the middle of that achievement, right, you get kicked out of the server. And you lose all your points. And you have to do it all over again. It's a tough pill to swallow, bro. Really is. And so what do I think? Is this worth it? Again, like I said, there's some intriguing things in this game. There are some intriguing things. There's some stuff in here that I can see people enjoy, right? But then again, we don't know if this game is going to be successful. How many people are going to be online? If they don't have that many people online, then the game's going to end up just like Concord. Now we have this phobia, fear of Concord. And that's a good thing. If everyone has a phobia of Concord, like, all right, you're going to spend money on this game and then next week or by September or, by the end of September, that's it. They're going to close down the servers because they didn't get enough players on the Steam or PlayStation or Xbox. It could happen. Yo, there's no guarantees. No one can guarantee you, like, when you spend money on this game, that by the end of September, they might close down the servers. And you're like, shit, man. I just wasted money on this. Like, what the hell? So it's look, to me, I'll just say it like this. Like it says on the title, it's a double-edged sword. Test Drive Unlimited, I'm not saying don't buy it. I'm not saying buy it. I'm simply saying it's a double-edged sword. And I don't know when developers are going to learn. Hopefully they'll learn from Concord. I hope that the Concord is a learning lesson for a lot of developers, like to wake up. And it's also for us gamers to wake up. Not to pre-order these games, not to give them cash. Like, you have to send a message to let the developers know, hey, we're not okay with this. Go make something different that doesn't require me to be online. Online should always be an optional thing. Now, if you choose to go the route to have the game be online only, then, my friend, it needs to be free to play. It needs to be free to play. I don't know how else clear can I be than what I just said. If you choose to go the route to be on the servers only, online only, then the game needs to be free to play. But you can't expect people to drop money on this and take that kind of a risk. So it's a double-edged sword, guys. To me, this game, it's a double-edged sword. I'm not saying don't play it. I'm not saying go ahead and play it. I'm in a predicament myself. Like I said, if I can find this dirt cheap, if I can find this game dirt cheap somewhere, right, then maybe I could, swallow that pill. It will be a less painful pill. So even if it goes, even if the game doesn't live up to its hype and they close down the servers, at least it will be a less painful pill to swallow. I can say, all right, I didn't spend $90. I only spent like $30, so it's a less painful pill to swallow. But if you're going to spend $90, man, that's a no-no pill. I mean, that really, it's I mean, I'm sorry, but even $70, it's just too much to swallow. So yeah, it's a double-edged sword, and that's the way I'm going to leave it. I mean, like I said, there's some interesting things here. There's some interesting stuff here, some intriguing things here in the game for you to do, and I can see you having some fun with this for a while. Okay, but again, double-edged sword. You know, online only. I think what's really stopping this game from really being enjoyable, in my opinion, what's I think here's what I want to say. What's going to put barriers and boundaries. The one thing that's going to put boundaries on this game, it will be the online only. Just like the Concord, it's that online only boundary. It's really going to be where people are going to say, I don't know, just don't know, man. Not so sure about this one. Yes, there's some interesting stuff to do here. There's some interesting things to do and intriguing stuff here to do in Hong Kong, right? Hong Kong, not Hong Kong, Hong Kong. But again, double-edged sword, and I'll just leave it at that. I told you this was going to be a long video, so take it with a grain of salt. I'm not saying don't buy this game. I'm not saying buy this game. I'm simply saying it's a double-edged sword. And that's the name of the title of this video. It's a double-edged sword. So, like I said, if I can find this dirt cheap somewhere out there in the wilds, in the jungle of the internet, and if I can find it for like $30, then okay, I'll swallow that pill. It's a less painful pill to swallow for $30. Then I can check it out and have some fun with it, you know, and let you know what I think. But for right now, it's like, even if you find it for $50, it's still, it's a tough pill. I'm gonna sound like that other guy in Metal Gear, you know. It's just a tough pill to swallow, man. Anyway, double-edged sword. Sorry for the video being too long, but there's so much here I have to express, so that way you guys have a better understanding I'm trying to help you, so you have better understanding what you're getting into. I don't think a lot of you guys understand what this game is all about. So I just want to give you a better understanding what you are getting into before you cash out your hard-earned cash, man. You need to, that phobia of Concord creeps in, man. The phobia, that's it. Phobia of Concord clearly creeps in here. The anxiety of Concord creeps in this one too. And we have to be honest. So, double-edged sword, guys. Like I said, it's a double-edged sword. Unless I can get this like dirt cheap somewhere in the jungle of the internet, and I can get it like super dirt cheap, okay, maybe I'll swallow that pill. It'll be a less painful pill to swallow. But for right now, double-edged sword. But you guys let me know, what do you think? Am I tripping? Am I maybe just whatever? You let me know. What do you think? What are your thoughts? All right? Thank you for watching.